We've all been there. You're standing under those buzzing fluorescent lights in the arrivals hall. You just got off a long flight, you're a little disoriented, and you see that long, winding line inching towards a row of glass booths. Inside each one, an immigration officer with an unreadable expression. And then, it's your turn. They wave you forward. No smile. You have no idea what they're thinking. Every single traveler knows this moment of anxiety, but almost nobody understands what's really going on.
So, let's get one thing straight. That officer isn't just making small talk to be friendly. They are running a script. It's a finely tuned system that's designed to test your story, your composure, and your consistency from the very second you step up to that line. This isn't a gut feeling they're having, it's a calculation.
Right. You think you're having a simple chat, but it's actually a high-stakes pop quiz. A test where fumbling for your passport is the first wrong answer, and saying too much is a major red flag. But look, you don't have to worry. Today, we're opening up the Insider's Playbook. We're going to break this whole system down, question by question, so you can walk through that hall knowing the script by heart.
First things first, you have to understand the game that's being played. This isn't an interrogation where they're trying to discover brand new information about you. Nope, it's really just an audit to make sure you match the digital trail you've already left behind.
And that right there, that's the key insight. By the time you even get to the counter, their system has already pulled up a profile on you. It has your flight history, your visa application, everything. It's already predicted why you're there. The entire interview is just a quick check to see if the words coming out of your mouth match the data sitting right there on their screen.
Let's start with the very first request. It seems simple, right? But this isn't really about your passport. It's a composure test. The officer is watching your hands, your eyes, your breathing, all for tiny signs of stress. A seasoned traveler? Well, they signal confidence by having that passport out and ready, maybe even open to the photo page before they're even called up. It's such a small move, but it immediately says, I'm prepared, I'm in control, and I belong here.
Okay, here's the psychology behind this one. Officers are basically trained to see rambling as a sign of uncertainty. And you know, uncertainty fits the profile of someone who might not be planning on leaving. They don't want your life story, they want a number. A clean, confident answer like 10 days tells them you have a solid plan and you're not here to waste their time.
Think of this as another data matching checkpoint. The officer needs to put you into a neat little category that matches your visa type: tourism, business, or education. Those are clear, complete answers. But a vague answer like just visiting friends, well, that just opens the door to a whole bunch of follow-up questions they never even needed to ask in the first place.
This question is the perfect example of the data audit in action. The officer almost always knows the answer before you even speak. Your airline already shared your booking information with them. They're just checking to see if your story matches their data. Nervous people tend to over-explain. Confident travelers, they give a short, factual answer and then they stop talking. Seriously, silence is your best friend here.
So, let's move on to the next phase. Once they've established that your immediate travel plans make sense, they'll subtly shift their focus. They start asking about your life back home, all to answer one crucial question. Do you have a good reason to go home when your visit is over?
This is the why behind all those questions about your job or your family. They're on the hunt for what's called a stability anchor. And it really doesn't matter if you're a CEO or you work at a coffee shop. What matters is that you have ties to your home country. They just want to see that you're grounded, not drifting.
A job signals roots. It's a very clear reason to return home. If you're retired, just saying I'm retired is a perfect answer. But if you happen to be between jobs, that green light response is absolutely crucial. It reframes what could look like an unstable situation into a structured, deliberate plan. It shows you're taking a calculated break, not just fleeing a lack of opportunity.
Now, the really important thing to get here is that the officer is looking at your reaction way more than they're looking at your relatives. A defensive tone or a panicked, rambling story just screams that you might be hiding something. A calm, honest, yes, my cousin lives here is totally fine. They aren't judging your cousin, they're judging your composure.
Look, they are not testing your memory for a postal code. What they are testing is whether you seem like you're in control of your own trip. An unsure traveler is a traveler who might be worth a second look. Just knowing the name of your hotel or the city where your family lives is more than enough to signal that you're organized and credible. Okay, you are almost there. You've passed the data audit, you've passed the stability check, now we get to the customs declaration. This is the part of the interview where just reflexively saying no can get you into unnecessary trouble. Here, being transparent and honest is the absolute fastest way through.
The most common mistake here is just blurting out no without even thinking. Instead, just pause.
Take 2 seconds and do a quick mental scan of your bags. See, customs officers are trained to spot that hesitation, and they can easily mistake it for guilt. That's why a calm, clarifying question, like the one in step 3, is such a brilliant move. It shows you're cooperative and honest, and that will get you through way faster than a nervous and maybe incorrect no ever will.
So, we've decoded the script, we understand the system. Now let's put it all together into a simple, powerful mental toolkit that you can use on your next trip to project what insiders call calm clearance.
Just remember, this isn't about trying to trick the system. It's about understanding it so you can work with it. When you look prepared, you feel prepared. So have your documents ready, maybe in an offline folder on your phone. Know your key answers, duration, purpose, where you're staying. And maybe most importantly, answer only the question they ask you. Walk up to that counter with a calm, grounded energy because you know what? You do belong there.
And that is the ultimate secret. An immigration officer's primary goal is just efficiency. By giving them clear, confident answers that match the data already on their screen, you're helping them do their job faster. You're closing all the loops for them. You're not just another traveler in a long line. You're a low-risk, easy-to-process part of their day. So on your next trip, remember, your most important travel document isn't your passport. It's your composure.